Hey everybody, it's Lisa, owner of Peaches Skincare. You can visit us at peachesskincare.com, and you can also look for us on Instagram and Facebook to see a little bit more about who we are and our holistic beliefs in skincare. If you're just tuning in, I am going to be 55 February 6th, this Saturday. I don't know when this video will go out. And I don't wear any foundation, no concealer, nothing is on my face. I just did my eyes today and I have some lip gloss on. I teach holistic skincare based on my beliefs and what I have seen over 35 years of taking care of hundreds of thousands of clients. And I say hundreds of thousands because that is a fact. We have 3 skincare salons. We see hundreds of clients in those salons. And it's almost as if we've gotten to do this skincare experiment. And we have been able to see what works and what doesn't holistically. Now, an esthetician, I just did a video on dermatologist versus esthetician. Both work incredibly well together, especially if a dermatologist is open-minded about natural ways of healing the skin. And what I showed is that an esthetician has to look at the skin a little differently. We can't just give you medications. We can't give you invasive procedures. Some estheticians do. I choose not to. But we have to really look at the skin and see what is going on with it and heal it naturally. And naturally means that that result will last forever, especially if you stick with it. Some of you probably hear my buddy Sammy. He is my chocolate lab. He's almost 13 years old and he's just my comfort dog, honestly. Anyway, he stays very close to me and he likes to talk. So today we are going to talk about skincare myths. And stop, subscribe, it would be like a hug, and put a thumbs up. I don't know why anyone would put a thumbs down, but everyone has their own decisions and choices to make. But if you would subscribe to these videos, it really does get them out and get them seen. So skincare myths, I'm gonna do this in 2 parts because I know I'm going to try to give way too much information. I really try to keep things layman's terms if you're new here. I try not to use too big of words, not that you're not intelligent and amazing men and women, but it really helps you to understand it. I'm a very visual person, and it helps me when things are laid out a little bit more simplified. So the first skincare myth is I have oily skin, I have sensitive skin, and I have combination skin. The thing that you need to know is you were born with normal skin unless you have some type of a skin deficiency. Maybe you were born with no pores or regulation of your skin. There's definitely things, if you have no pigment to your skin, that would not put it under the heading of necessarily normal skin. It's something like an issue that you were born with. But typically, what I have seen in over 35 years is everyone has normal skin. It is what you do to it that changes it daily, hourly, weekly. It can be wearing bad foundation. It can be wearing poor sunscreen or using bad products. It can be the environment you're in. If you're a smoker, if you drink too much, if you're around smokers. It can be what you're using on your hair, getting on your face. There is so much that contributes to you taking beautiful normal skin and changing it into oily, combination, or sensitive. Forgive me, I've got a little something in my eye. It can be what you're eating if you're not hydrating enough. Water is so important. When I'm feeling wrinkly, someone commented the other day, Lisa, what are you doing differently? I notice your 11s are gone. My 11s are not gone, but I show them. I like to show them. Or I shouldn't say I like to show them, I want to have expression. But when I drink a lot of water and I really massage and I get that blood flowing, I can really make them seem softer or appear softer. So my point is, we all have normal skin. It's what we do to it that changes it and makes it sensitive, oily, or combination. And if you don't believe me, if you're a client, comment below. It is an absolute fact in what I have seen with skin in all these years. The second one would be that I can remove blackheads with a strip. I can remove it with some of these crazy things you see on different platforms. Blackheads get into your pore. So your pore doesn't really open and close. It kind of swells up, but we're going to say it opens just for this. And dirt and oil and dead dry skin get into your pore because you're not taking good enough care of your skin. And they get into the pore and they stretch the pore and they essentially scar it. A blackhead cannot be removed unless we physically remove it. Wrap tissue around your finger, use a Q-tip, but you need to get in there, clean it out, have an esthetician clean it out, or even your dermatologist. And then you need to clean it really well afterwards and mask it and get that skin healing. I love milk and magnesia masks. And then when you do, the pore essentially closes and it heals itself from the scarring that was left. I have seen people that have gone to an esthetician, had a blackhead removed that had been there for years that they didn't even touch, and it left a pretty decent scar. So it really is about having a blackhead removed physically. You cannot use a Biore strip. That takes away hair. What you're seeing on that strip is hair. You cannot mask it away, and you cannot scrub them away. Blackheads need to be removed physically and then the skin treated properly so that they don't come back. And again, I have had thousands of clients who now have poreless noses, poreless faces. And when I say poreless, I just mean they're nice and tight. I have had numerous clients tell me that someone asked if they had a nose job because their nose looked so different. Blackheads really swell you and can make your skin and your face look very different or mottled or swollen. So that's another skincare myth. They need to be removed, but you can get rid of them and you can keep them away. You can't lift your muscles and you can't anti-age. This is just an absolute false statement. We have 42 muscles in our face, 43 with our neck. Muscles, just like the arms, your muscles in your arms, in your legs, if you take the time, if you are patient, if you are regimed, you can strengthen the muscles in your face. Now, we're not gonna go back to where we were 20 years old, but we are going to be able to lift those muscles, lift the cheeks, lift your forehead. It absolutely can be done. And I'm hearing things, which I'm gonna do another video on it, I think, about, well, Lisa, there's bone loss as you get older, or you can't possibly, you lose too much fat. You can replace that. Look at articles, look at different experiments that have been done at different universities and studies. Bone loss is because you're not eating properly or you're not taking your vitamin D. You can reverse anything in your skin. Again, I'm not saying I can make you look like you're 20 again, but I'm not sure I want to look like I'm 20. I love how my face looks contoured, but you can absolutely work and lift the muscles of your face. And you just like working out, you have to be patient and it's going to take time. You notice I'm looking to the side. I want to make sure I get everything. So I will always have acne. I want to use, I'm going to give you a story with this one. Her name is Francesca and she reached out to me about 2 weeks ago. Such a lovely spirit. And she said, Lisa, I've been using your products now for I think it was 2 weeks. And Francesca, if I'm wrong, comment below, let everybody know what your experience has been. I should have had before and afters, but we don't really have an after of her, but maybe Francesca, we can get a before and after of you. She said, you know, I'm still breaking out. My skin's never been better, but I did notice I'm really purging and I'm not sure if this is good. Now, she was breaking out prior to using peaches. She started using peaches, I think she said around December. We're now in February. And she said she was noticing a lot of acne. I asked her to email me and send me pictures, and she did, and then we got on the phone. When we got on the phone, what I noticed on the pictures was really irritated acne, pustules all over her cheeks. It was from a 1 to a 10, the severity would have been at least an 8 or 9, absolutely. But I noticed her neck was beautiful. I noticed that she had skin around her face that looked very untouched. So we got on the phone and we were on the phone for about 45 minutes to an hour, and Francesca and I did a facial together. I told her how to do it. I went through the steps. She had never extracted her face. She'd never had a facial. So I think now, Francesca, we're about a week in and the results are amazing. Just from cleaning everything out and maintaining it. You cannot create change if you don't take the time that it takes to eat better, exercise better, get yourself in shape. And Francesca is taking the time. She is extracting, she is masking, she is exfoliating. She's taking care of her skin. And in 1 week, she says that the whiteheads are gone. She sent me a picture Sunday. I think today I'm filming, it's Wednesday. It was remarkable overnight. That was her overnight picture. So it must have been a few days before that. And now we're just going to be working with any redness or scar tissue. And Francesca, I want to tell you, anything red is still healing. I always say I have about 14 months after that. It's going to look beautiful, and I can't wait to show all of you. And if she'll let me do before and after, I will. My point, you do not have to have acne. I see so many pictures of people with acne, and if I comment, people get very angry with me and very upset, but you look at their face and everything here is beautiful, and this is where the acne is. Well, why do you think that is? It's because of the next thing I'm going to tell you. Foundation protects your skin. This is another myth. Foundation is filled with chemicals and colors alone, if they're in your eyeshadow, if they're in your concealers, if they're in your foundations, will absolutely change the color of your face. I see so many beautiful men and women, especially on YouTube, showing you different makeup techniques and things, but when they take everything off, they've got a lot of discoloration. And I'm not meaning this meanly, but there's a lot of discoloration, a lot of color changes. I have nothing on my face right now. You may see my freckles and things, but it's because foundation and concealers discolors your skin. It causes acne. Now, Francesca, we went through a whole list of questions, and one of the things she told me is that she was essentially wearing a foundation, that she'd only put it on a couple times, but she had been wearing it. One time can reverse your skin by months, in my opinion. And the fact that she is taking the time, she has stopped wearing foundation, is why her skin is changing. And you have got to give yourself time to allow your skin to change. You have to stop putting something on your face like foundations and concealers and think that they are making you look better, because really you're either hiding issues underneath or your skin is never going to improve. So I hope that I explained that well. Now the last one is, this product is breaking me out. So I think it kind of sandwiches between what I'm telling you about Francesca, about how she's finally taking care of it and how she's masking and stopped foundation. I can't tell you how many times we'll get a call, how many times we'll get a message saying, Lisa, my skin's breaking out. It's been a week, it's been 2 weeks, it's been 3 weeks, it's breaking out, I can't do this, it's irritated, it's red, it's drying, something feels wrong. You have to allow the process to happen. When you start good skincare, that good skincare removes that callus layer, starts to bring up all of the damage and irritation. You've heard me say it before, we do most of our damage between the age of 21, 22. It has taken us years to get that skin ruined or irritated, and it's going to take time to make it better. Any diseases, any issues are going to come up and out, and new tissue will be right behind it. But you have to allow the process. Dryness might be peeling. Irritation might be eczemas or rosaceas or fungus coming out. We have natural fungus and bacteria on our skin, and whenever we activate it or we leave an opening for it, I like to say it becomes activated, but essentially we leave an opening for it, it causes issues. Excuse me. So it's not that your skincare is ruining your skin, it's that a good skincare is actually helping your skin and making your skin better. Now, it's not to say that there are some products I don't love. I think some of them can really cause a lot of damage. You know, you're putting a peel on your face and you think it's going to make some miraculous change, but it's everything in combination. In fact, I told Francesca this. She said, well, I was using blank, and what do you think? Do you think that ruined my skin? It was a one product. And I said, you know, Francesca, it's like saying that I eat really healthy and I only eat lettuce all day. You have to have the other elements to make your body healthy, and it's the same with your skincare. You have to exfoliate, you have to cleanse, you have to make sure your pH is good, you have to make sure that you're hydrating. So there's so many reasons why skincare is important and why many times you're seeing changes when you finally use something that I call face food. I hope that this resonated with you. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any comments, comment with love and kindness below, and we'll have number 2 or part 2 of skincare myths in just a minute. Stay beautiful naturally.